Hey y'all, I'm Nat. Welcome to Two Hilarious Church Girls, where faith meets funny and real life gets realer.
That's right. I'm Kim, and we're two Black women navigating life, balancing faith, family, and a little bit of foolishness.
This podcast is all about keeping it real. We're here to inform, to drop gems about life, faith, and growth.
We want to empower you to show up as your best self, even when life gets messy, because it will.
We're here to encourage you with relatable stories and good laugh, because laughter is therapy, y'all.
And most of all, we want to impact how you see yourself and the world by giving you a fresh perspective that makes you think and grow.
So, pull up a chair, grab your coffee or tea, and join the conversation. We're here to laugh, learn, and grow together.
This is Two Hilarious Church Girls, where the spirit is strong, but the jokes are stronger. Let's get into it.
Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Two Hilarious Church Girls. Now listen, today's episode is for all my people struggling with difficult relationships. Whether it's a shady coworker, sick of them, a toxic friendship, or even that one family member who always has something to say. But instead of just blocking them and moving on, we're talking about a different approach. Letting God handle it.
Because let's be real, sometimes we want to hit that block button real quick. But what if instead of shutting people out, we let God prepare a table right in front of them? Because you know what God does with tables, baby.
What'd he
He
do?
prepares them and he turn them. Oh,
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Y'all better grab your Bibles because today we're talking about trusting God to deal with our enemies, keeping our peace, and handling difficult people with grace instead of just ghosting them.
so let's get into it.
Okay, let's be honest. Dealing with people who mistreat us, gossip about us, or don't support us is hard. Our first instinct is to normally shut them out. Whew. But
Absolutely.
sometimes that's not what God wants us to do.
But what did you say, Nat? His ways are not my ways, and his thoughts are not my thoughts.
Correct.
We
Correct.
cannot be like that. We cannot be like that.
Correct. I
Oh, but it is so unfortunate that people are like that. So unfortunate. And yes, we do want to shut them out. I look, God, I don't know what you want me to do. People who mistreat us, talk about us, and for me, it's not so much the person that doesn't support me because it is what it is. People are going to support what they want to support, but them other two, I'm trying to get past that. I am past it.
That's true with people who support what they want to support, but if it's your family, you would
Oh,
really you kinda expect them, and I
you're
guess
right.
that's where we shouldn't expect that, but you do because it's your family.
Right. You're
You would
right.
expect them to support you because we support them. We support our family.
I
So,
do.
I guess that can be kinda hard for people when they don't have that support from their family.
And because we do have support from my family, I think that's why that one didn't resonate with me as much because I was thinking outside of my family.
Gotcha.
'Cause like you said, it's I just because we support one another.
Mhm.
So but you're right. You're absolutely right. What are some common struggles so we can get the people thinking for today?
I could think of one is a coworker who constantly undermines you.
You want to give them a knuckle sandwich sometimes.
Somebody say, "Why can't we deliver knuckle sandwiches on Uber Eats?"
They're overeating.
Yes.
That's a good one. But when you
Yeah.
have that one coworker and they are always trying to undermine you, always talking about you to other people, good. Yes, why am I always on your mind? Why?
At this point, it's an obsession.
What
Like,
is it?
I feel like you need professional help because you're obsessed with me because you won't leave me alone. They
What
don't
is
pay you. Your job title is not to bother me.
it?
So leave me
Or
alone and
to
do your
worry
work.
about me. You got work to do. How do you do your work if you always worried about me?
Oh, Lord.
It ought to be. Do your head hurt when you think about me?
I
You
don't it's gotta be something. It's gotta be something. So
God.
that's one that whew,
What about you got another one?
yeah. How about a friend who suddenly acts distant when you are winning?
What you say? That's a friend, you say?
That's not a friend.
Oh,
You can add another syllable to that and make it a friend of me,
oh,
but that's not a real friend.
you're right. Listen, my friends call me, tell me it doesn't matter what they call me. If they celebrating, I'm celebrating. Do you hear me? Somebody just called me this week to show me that they got a new car. I said, I know you. I know that's right.
So listen, I'm gonna celebrate with my friends,
Because
and I'm
I
gonna
know
be
that
loud
when
about it too.
you're winning,
Yes. And what
I
does their winning have to do with me celebrating them? It takes nothing
correct.
from
Correct. How does you getting a promotion, you getting a new car, you getting married, how does that take away from my life?
right.
It don't only in your mind. That's what we're talking about next week too. Y'all only in your mind. And if it that you need some help. True.
Right.
You got another
Yeah, I briefly touched on this earlier about family members who always have something negative to say. I,
because I mean it exists. Thank God that we don't have to deal with that as much as some other people, or it may be just one family member, not like the whole like it's
right.
always something. But I can imagine the toll that it will take on you mentally.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? What do you do when you're in that situation? What do you do?
Ah, I like, I feel like if you are a child and you have no other choice, it could definitely be wrong. But being adults now, I just think you just have to make a choice to let God handle it. Pray about it and see how he wants you to handle it. Maybe limit your time or just maybe express how you really how their actions make you feel.
I like that because I'm absolutely all about having those conversations. I believe in let's go ahead and have this conversation because what's the problem?
Right.
What is your problem with
And
me?
sometimes the conversation may not be received well, but
Mm.
that's okay. You did your part.
Absolutely. Because the Bible says if you offend somebody, you got to go to that person. What did I do to you to make you always have something? Always? You don't do anything right?
No, see, at that
What
point,
me?
it's a them problem, and they are trying to project whatever it is onto you.
You
So
are absolutely correct. What does the Bible say about us dealing with these difficult people?
I liked what Psalm 23:5 said in the NIV version. It says,
Let's
"You
go up past
prepare."
the line, Psalms 23.
Yes, absolutely,
That's what
absolutely.
the whole chapter, not just some of them, all of it.
And how
Go
many
ahead.
psalms is that? I think it's over 100.
Yes,
Yep,
but Psalm 23, you grew up in that Black Baptist church, that Black church period. You gonna learn Psalm 20, the 23rd.
exactly. Says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemy."
In the presence of your enemies. That means that they gotta watch as well as pray.
Absolutely.
Oh, they gotta watch.
Yep.
And then Romans 12:19, it says, don't take revenge. Dude, Paul tell us don't take revenge, but leave room for God's wrath. Because it's man, that how easy is it to just automatically react to what somebody to what somebody has done to us?
I am guilty of it. I am definitely guilty of it.
But we
But I thank God for sound doctrine and sound friends that say, we're better than that. We are better than that. And what does God word tell us for us to do?
Ooh, you don't have to do it that.
So
And y'all ever have a friend that y'all got to beg not to say something back to somebody? Y'all, please don't say it. I'm begging you. God is taking us higher. We can't do it. Oh my, it's so funny. It
and
is so
what
funny.
kind of stops me is I just kind of picture the devil sitting over in the corner watching me smiling me. I know what he wants me to do. I know what he wants me to do, so I'm not going to give him any satisfaction, and I want God to be pleased with me. So
No, that's good. And that now you just made me mad. So the devil's literally sitting over there watching us. I
Yes.
know it's gonna make her, I already know this gonna make her mad.
Yep.
So I'm gonna send this person over here, let them do this, and let's see how she's going to respond. Oh, ugly.
Right.
Can't stand the devil.
Right. So he ain't
It's,
gonna make a fool of me. If
oh,
anything, I'm gonna make a liar out of him. So
hey,
I'm gonna have to hold my peace. The song says, "If I hold my peace and let the Lord fight my battle,
come on now.
the victory shall
Be mine.
be mine."
Uh-huh. You
So
ought to sing us a little A and
uh,
B selection. No? So instead of blocking people, sometimes we have to like God will promote us right in front of them,
yeah.
and that's fine. And it's not saying that I I don't care if you watch me being promoted or not. I really don't.
Hmm.
I just refuse to let the enemy take me anywhere that I don't want. I'm gonna get mad when I want to get mad, not when you want me to get mad.
Right. Right.
How about that? That's the whole. I don't care if you watch it or not. Don't care.
Right.
But
Exactly.
I'm like, seriously, I just want to please God. So if ignoring you and ignoring that coworker, the family member, the friend, or somebody, especially because of social media now, because people will try you in the comments,
Right.
and you got to take them Twitter fingers off because you know everybody's tough on them phones now.
Yeah.
Real tough.
They tough.
Oh,
They real tough. Those keyboard warriors. They real tough behind that screen. Right.
so what you gotta do? Just gotta let God handle. It's not worth it. I promise you, it's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it because God is watching everything that we're doing. How we're going to respond. And another conversation that Nat and I have all the time, especially regarding like work situations and stuff, or anything that the enemy tries to throw at us, trying to distract us. If I don't get it right on this level, and God can't trust me on the next level. So, no, I'm not where I want to be in my career. No, I'm not where I want to be as far as a relationship. No, I'm not. But and even in relationships with my friends, but if I can't get it right, if I can't get those distractions right, if I don't respond properly now, how can he trust me when he puts me over thousands? If I got to go speak in Great Britain, how can he trust that I won't react to somebody crazy over there?
Right. Because we know that the sole purpose of them doing that is to get a reaction out of me
Correct.
or reaction out of us or reaction out of you because they don't just sit there and say, I'm going to do this just because, I just want to say it. Or they might do, but they want to banter, have a back and forth with you to make you say, see, I knew you want all that you said that you was trying to be, or see, all that videos that you make and whatever, and you around here doing this. When they are, it's true, they are the ones that caused it, but we have a choice.
And so when we first started this podcast, Nat sent me a voice message that said, "You know what? The devil really about to try us now."
I'm not sending you nothing else.
That's what I said. Just hush. We're not talking about anything else because it seems like everything that we talk about, we end up having to go through it. But guess what? Guess who passing the test? We are.
Yeah.
We got to pass this because
Yep.
we look at the sponsors for this podcast, and if there's anybody listening, we would love for you to sponsor our podcast.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to share this with your friends.
Yes. Yes.
So we talk about Jesus a lot, and because we try to stay in our word, and we talk about Jesus, and we read our Bible. We're doing the Matthew challenge, we did the Luke challenge, we did the Job challenge, and all that kind of stuff. How did Jesus handle his enemies next?
Well, we know Jesus was betrayed, he was lied on, he was hated, but did he go around blocking those people?
Did not.
He didn't. If anything, he invited them to come with him so he could make them whole and healed
Hmm.
and show them the error of their ways. One of the things that he did was at the Last Supper, he knew Judas was going to betray him, but he still shared a meal with him. He didn't say, "Okay, everybody invited but Judas,"
That would have
which
been
is what some of us would uninvite certain people to events and stuff like that.
with me because that joker betrayed me. They lied. They did this. I don't even want them at the table. How many of us? Raise your hand in your car or wherever you listen to. If that's be you, I don't want them in my presence.
Right. Especially if you know Jesus knew there
Mm.
was no like maybe he knew it was gonna be Judas. And he still shared the Last Supper with the man that betrayed him with a kiss.
Is that easy?
No, I'm surprised he didn't flip the table then.
That's what he. I was about to say that's what he should have did. That's not what he should have did. He did it. He was a great example for us. Tell me about it. He was a great example for us, showing us what we should do and should not do.
Right,
'Cause in Matthew, he got real mad about them tables, baby, about what they were doing in the temple. And he took that table, flipped that thing over that left shoulder.
right.
I'm just saying the left shoulder because that's the way I would have went. But man, you are absolutely that was good, Nat. That was good.
Mhm.
He knew Judas was going to betray him, and he still shared a meal with me. So if you see either of us sharing a meal with somebody that y'all know been talking about us, we just trying to follow Jesus'
Right.
example.
We are trying our best to follow the example that was set before us.
But can we just do we gotta have this disclaimer. It is not easy.
Mm-mm, mm.
It's not easy because our flesh wants to rise up all the time. The flesh to do how to respond, but we just you can't give in, man. I just feel like the reward of following what God has called us to do is far greater than responding in that moment. Does it feel good to respond how you want to sometimes?
Yes.
For that moment.
Yeah, for that moment.
For that moment. But
But then when you go back in your one-on-one time with God and he's sitting there, we sitting there crying with our head between our legs crying and he have to rub our back and console us, but he understands.
thank God for grace and mercy, baby, because
Yes, he understands.
there are some times that we should have got that whooping
Yeah.
and he had mercy on us.
Mhm.
And another time when he was on that old cross
Mhm.
and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Some people, they just being who they are, like who they've been conditioned to be. They know some people just truly don't understand that they are going against what God's plan is for your life. And even if they do understand, sometimes it just has to happen. Just like Judas, it had to happen. It had to.
That's
So
so
when you think
true.
about things that way, I have to go through it. Whatever it is, it has to be done. And then you start to think about things differently. And God has, and that's the one thing that I pray about. Lord, change my perspective. Help me to see things in a way that honor you, so that I can glorify you in my actions.
Alright.
Because I do not want to disappoint God. Because, like you said, I'm gonna be sending Nat a text. Nat, I was wrong.
Ooh, boy.
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah. So,
We have those conversations often where we reflect back on because we're not perfect.
mm-mm,
I don't. We're not perfect. We never will be. We
mm-mm.
strive to be, but we never will be.
Right.
And we had those conversations with each other. Well, you know what? I could have responded differently.
Coulda responded. Somebody asked me something, and it happened this was not like a one-time thing, but it happened, like, over 20 years ago, and I basically I never thought about it before because they said, "Well, what happened?" And I said, "You know what? I probably coulda responded better." You know,
I
everything happened
want
and
to hear
it's
the
over
story.
and done with, but I probably could have responded better and can't really use the excuse of I was young, even though I was 19, 20, but I probably could have responded better because that other person was hurt in the process of whatever took place, so I probably could have responded better.
I wanted to hear the story, but
I have
you
to
know,
yeah, maybe one day I'll come out and say what the story was, but yeah, I definitely could have responded better.
and you know what? While you guys are listening, let us know if there's ever been a time where you realize, you know what, I could have responded differently as well.
Mhm.
and how Jesus handled his enemies. All right, so Jesus's examples. When we think about what Jesus did, if you go to John chapter 6, verses 66 through 67, he didn't chase after the people.
Mm-mm.
He did not chase after the people. It says that from that time, many of his disciples went back and no more walked with him. So Jesus looked at the 12. He said, "You gonna leave too?
Right.
We ain't chasing nobody in this season. Are you gonna leave too?"
He didn't chase
Or,
after people who left.
oh, come on now. Oh, that's good.
Yes, he did not
Make it
chase
plain, woman of God.
he did not chase after people who left. He basically said, "This is the decision." Hey, he didn't chase after them.
He
He
said,
still
"It
loved
is
them
what
now.
it is.
Mhm.
Everybody else leaving, that's fine. Are you gonna leave too?"
Right.
Jesus said, "Man, I'm not chasing after you people."
Mm-mm. He came and he focused. He knew what he had to do, and he had to focus on his assignment at hand because he knew the time and what he had to do and the life that he was wanting to leave behind for the people. So he already knew.
Oh, that's good. I love it. And he did not waste energy trying to prove himself. Or if I feel like I got to prove myself to you, the relationship is over. It's over. Why? Why? Why I got to keep?
Mm-mm. Mm.
I don't know if God called us to this thing.
I think you will end up losing yourself
Mm,
if with every decision that you make, you feel like you have to prove yourself and everything, and that has to be an exhausting life to live.
hmm
I just God did not call us to do that. I don't believe he did.
yeah, I'm not. I won't be able to do it.
Mm-mm.
If my life, the life that I live, is not enough proof for you, then what did Jesus tell them? If the people on it, they don't accept it, shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving.
That's what he did.
I'm
That's
not
what he
doing
did.
that.
That's why
You
he
just
went
shake the dust off my feet and I'm leaving.
All right. I may spray some Lysol on the bottom of my shoes too.
Gotta get that clean. I'm gonna leave clean.
Right.
And so Jesus didn't chase after the people who left. He didn't waste his energy trying to prove to himself to anybody. And he stayed focused on the assignment. What is our goal? What are we supposed to be doing? Especially if you have to deal with people at work. What is my end goal? Why am I here? What job do I have to do? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not proving myself to you.
No. Because once I do that, now I'm taking my focus off the assignment that God has me to do. And now I'm pulling myself back, holding myself back because now I'm focused on something that does not have anything to do with me. If you do your assignment and I do my job, then that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to focus on the other stuff.
And I feel like if you focus on something else, that's just a distraction
Hmm.
of the enemy to try to pull you away from what God has called you to do again. We got to recognize these distractions.
Right.
Sometimes our thoughts can be distractions. Other people can be distractions. Even being busy and just trying to like proving yourself, that
Hmm.
can be a distraction.
Hmm.
So we got to recognize the distractions and then we got to make sure that we are focused and stay on the assignment, like you said. So basically, some people going to have to watch you eat.
Hmm.
They're going to have to watch you eat, but they may not be able to sit at the table with you. And that's okay.
That's okay. That is okay. That was good about how Jesus handled his enemies. So now let's discuss some alternatives to blocking people.
Hmm.
So if we're not blocking them, what should we do? Here are some biblical ways that some people can handle some difficult people. One, we know we can pray for them.
Oh, I'm going to pray for them.
We're gonna pray for them now because they need some prayer, and we do too. We're being honest.
And if you consider me an enemy, pray for me, please. Because
But
my
I can
prayer
assure you.
is
Mhm.
that you are so blessed that you don't have time to think about me.
Right.
So let's pray that prayer for each other. Amen.
Absolutely. So we can definitely pray for them. And
And don't
Matthew,
consider me your enemy anyway. I want
no,
that kind of energy. to be nobody's enemy. What? You mad?
Because I'm
I
going to
love
bed.
oh, you already know do that?
Going to bed.
Huh.
Matthew 5:44 says, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you."
So if somebody persecuting you, pray for them.
Pray.
They talking about you, what you gonna do?
Pray for them.
They scandalizing your name. That what that was next. They scandalizing your name, what you gonna do?
And we're gonna pray for them even more.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Pray for them. The song says in the Baptist church that we used to sing, "The more you talk, the more I bend my knee."
The
I'm
more you talk, I'm gonna bend my
gonna
knee.
pray.
Hey,
Yes.
pray for me and I'll pray for you. Cause that's the way we Christians do. Y'all know
Right.
the song.
Right.
That we listen. Some of them songs, somebody was talking about.
They got some oil on them.
Who? What was they going through back then? That they had to pray.
You know what? It was probably a lot of the persecutions and stuff going on
And
from
then,
the
yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah. So,
But some of them
but
jokers, Harry had that gun for too now.
exactly, exactly.
Want to impress other people, so you start switching up. So she had to pray for y'all. Don't get that final. Get on your knees and start praying. You pray for me, I pray for you. That's the way we Christians do.
Right.
Talk about
Absolutely.
me as much as you please.
Exactly. The more you talk, the more Imma bend my knee. I'm gonna pray.
We gonna pray for you.
Definitely.
What's next? What else? What else can the people do? The people of God.
We can set some boundaries,
That's
which
good.
is very healthy, I believe, so as well. And Proverbs 4:23 says, "Guard your heart above all else." So it's okay to limit access without cutting people off completely.
That is true.
Mhm.
We feel like we are obligated to stay in relationship with people. We are obligated to continue to talk to people because of the circles that we run in. But it's okay. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying that you just like you said, it's okay to limit access without cutting someone off completely. It's okay. Is it easy? No, because you just want to,
mhm,
you know what? You live in your world, I live in mine, and I'm okay with us not existing in each other's world. I'm okay with that. But setting
mhm.
those boundaries is huge. It's
Yes,
huge. I don't want to work with you. I don't have to. I'm not
right,
doing. But
right.
then, my friend Yvonne told me, "Oh, okay. So you just don't want to go to Nineveh." Oh, broke my heart. Broke my
No.
heart. I don't want to be in the belly of a fish.
Mm-mm.
So we just. So I guess you got to pray about that too. Setting those boundaries. Okay, God, where do we draw the line?
Right, right. And Jesus even said, "Lord, not my will, but your will." So I guess we gotta pray that.
Uh
Because
oh.
if it's my will, God, you already know what I wanna do, but let me do your will.
Cut them off.
Yeah.
You got another what's another alternative? So we gotta pray for them. We can set boundaries. Do you have another one?
Yeah, letting your success be the response.
Mm.
And that you can also reference Psalm 23 and 5 for
Again.
that one, as we discussed that earlier. But I take that as I'm so focused on my assignment that you see that this is whatever response you were looking for negatively, you're not gonna get it because I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing right here.
That's
So you may think I'm doing this just to maybe throw stuff up in your face, but in reality, I'm doing what God told me to do.
and I'm gonna keep doing what God told me to do. Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's another thing. We've got to stop thinking that somebody else's success is a response to you. You don't matter that much to anybody else. I promise you.
Right.
I shouldn't matter that much in your life that you want to be successful just to spite me.
And I
Ooh,
can
I don't want
guarantee you,
to you.
God gave you an assignment to do too.
Exactly. So
And
stay
so
focused on that and don't worry about Kim now.
remember and when we were in school, the teacher used to say, pay attention to your own paper. Look at your own paper.
Right.
You
You
know
can
what I'm
stop
saying?
working for you.
Right.
Because Nat getting 100. Not
Right.
Kim getting 100. Do it for you.
Do it for you.
Shoot.
If you wanna go buy a new car, don't say, "Oh, I'm finna go because 'cause Imma stun on 'em." Just do it because that's what you if that's what you wanna do, baby.
But
That's
no nobody.
that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like, so we just wanna make sure that y'all understand what we're saying. We're not trying to say, "Oh, I'm finna stun on them with this." No. Letting your success be the response is, "I'm focused on my assignment, and
Right.
so if I am focused on my assignment, I'm gonna finish and Imma get an A."
That's it. Because I like A's for me.
Yes.
I like to do well. I like to finish the assignment. I like to do it for me and God, and that's it.
Mm,
And if I'm pleasing anybody, my mama look.
right. Exactly.
That's who it is.
Exactly.
Shoot.
Exactly,
So
absolutely.
we're gonna pray for them, set some boundaries, let our success be the response. Anything else?
And the last one I believe is good, letting God handle it.
Hey,
Letting God handle it because, we can do all these things, and sometimes people still are gonna be trying to focus on what we're doing. So if we let God handle it, Romans 12:19 says, "Vengeance is mine. I will repay," says the Lord. So you ain't gotta worry about, "Let me sit down and think how I could get these people back." I seriously used to know someone that used to plot their vengeance on how they're gonna get people back. And I said, "You
uh-uh.
really sit there and do this? How do you have time to live your life if you are plotting the revenge about somebody else?" They said, "You do," he said, "If you do this to me, well, Imma have to do this to you."
No
You
way.
don't have to do that.
No way.
Yes,
That takes up too much of your energy.
it's just wild to
You
me.
good making money, but you
Mm,
worried about how you gonna get somebody else back? No way. Not in
like,
these no way.
yeah,
Oh no, baby. Let God handle it. That's what I'm gonna do anyway. That's what I have to do. I'm gonna just let God handle it. I don't have the time.
mm-mm.
I don't have the energy. I
That's
have
God's business.
that's it.
I have no problem saying, "God, this is your business. These are your children. God, you made them, so you already know, God. Please, God, I know that you said vengeance is yours, and I wanna do what I wanna do, but you gotta handle this." So,
So
read that
yeah.
Romans 12:19. He's gonna repay, and he can do it worse or in a way that we are not even capable of in our human nature. So,
So y'all, you mean to tell me people out here sitting there how they plotting
yes. Yes.
on how they could get people back, people that don't probably don't even care that you exist no more.
That person is no longer in my life, but
Ain't
yes,
God good?
God is good.
He's all right.
Mhm. God is good. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
I will have to set a boundary with that person. I probably don't want you in my life anymore because
Mm-mm.
if you sit around and you're plotting on how you're going to get people back, like you
Yes,
put way too much energy. We could be having fun right now.
right.
We could be let's go ATV riding or something. But you thinking about how you gonna get? Are you?
Yes.
That's next week's episode. So
Mhm.
instead of wasting energy on drama, keep being you and let God show people why they just need to focus on themselves and change and stop being so why people have to be so mean? God
You
has
know what?
been too good.
I went I went to a theme park a couple weeks ago,
Hmm.
and I saw 2 people, and this must be a big thing, with shirts on that said, "Have a bad day." And I was like,
Have a bad day.
"Have a bad day." And it
That's
had, like, a little emoji person, like, with a frowny on their face. So I said, "This must be some type of character or something," but I'm just like, why would you want anybody to have a bad day? I just
I hope you went into prayer for them people right there.
I just I think I did pray for them, like, but I was also just really just thinking like, wow, somebody really made that and people are buying this.
That's who made it.
I I guarantee if we Google, we'll see what it's from, but it has to be some type of character or something, some little emotion from a movie. I'm just assuming because I saw a couple of people with it on, but it definitely said, "Have a bad day." And I'm just like,
Maybe BAD stand for something else. What you think?
"Wait,
It gotta be an acronym. I ain't no way you just wishing people have a bad day. You
yeah,
remember somebody told me that?
they should."
When people get so mad when you don't respond the way that you want to, and they tell you, "I hope that man told me. I hope you have a up day."
Oh,
What?
yes, he sure did, and he said it.
And I laughed so hard, screenshot it, and sent it to my friends.
Yes,
So we had a great day.
and still laugh about it all these
Ooh,
years later because
that was a long time ago.
it was pretty funny.
Man of God, if you listen,
If you listen to we in fact did not have a bad day. We in fact had a good day because we kept laughing, okay? So thank you for that laugh.
every time we think about it, we laugh. Why
We
would you?
laugh.
Why would seriously, guys? Come on. Why would you wish somebody had a bad day? That's not nice. That's not nice at all.
The out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So
That's it.
that's
Oh,
just what's in the
that's
heart.
in their heart. Oh God. So
That's
we
in
need
their
to
heart.
take
So you know what? That's God's business too, because He's the only one that can
care.
change their
Mm,
heart. So God, that's their business. Mm,
mm, mm.
yep. All right. So now let's have some fun in this segment. This one is called "Would you respond, Kim, or would you let God handle it?"
You are. I'm gonna tell you my response to all of them before you even start.
Okay.
You already know what my response
You
is.
don't even know.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna describe a situation, and you're gonna tell me, would you respond or would you let God handle it? This may
Go ahead.
be. I'm sorry. I'm tired of being in other people's business, but someone is talking about you at work. Would you respond or would you let God handle it?
You already know I'm gonna let God handle it. There's no. Why would I respond? And why are you watching me like that?
'Cause they remember I said they like when we were in school, they watching your paper instead of watching their own paper.
Oh, there it is.
So you gonna let God respond? Okay, let God handle it. Another situation, a
Let God
friend,
handle
huh?
it. You already know my response to all of them, but go ahead. Because I got
A-
something for you next, too. You go ahead.
okay, a friend stops supporting you but still watches your stories on social media.
So I'm going to keep posting
Mm-hmm.
because but I mean, that ain't even, I ain't even going to God with that. That's silly. I'm not even doing it. So I'm just keep, no response is my response.
No responses. Okay. Okay. Oh Lord.
Let God handle it.
Like,
Whatever it is. I hear you just breathing heavily. Whatever you're thinking about, let God
Lord.
handle it.
Okay, this is not anyone in particular, but a church member throws shade but smiles on your face on Sunday.
I'm a smile back. What
Smile back.
I'm a smile back.
Right.
'Cause God is good. And the Lord is kind. So I'm gonna keep smiling. What?
Especially when I'm at church.
What we gonna fight at church? What? You know I'm not doing anything.
Ooh,
God, seriously, everybody. Whatever God gotta handle it. Period. That's just the bottom line.
that's the bottom line. And the last one is someone spreads a lie about you, which, you know, that
I
seems
think
to
you already know my response.
my thing is they lied on Jesus.
Who
They
are
talked about him. But
who are
Vicky
you?
Wanda says they lied on you, talked about it, they mistreated you, they used if they did all of that to Jesus, I know what to expect coming my way.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's got to happen.
Mm,
And if I don't get it right on this level, how
right.
can God trust me on the next level?
Yeah.
That's okay because I got something for you.
Okay.
You text somebody about an important event
Mm.
and they leave you on red, but you see them posted on social media. What you gonna do?
I'm like you. I'm not even finna go to God about this
No,
foolishness.
that's silly.
That is pretty silly. And even though I may feel whatever I feel like, oh, okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get over it. and I'm
Okay.
gonna go to my event, and I'm gonna have fun. I mean, baby, life is too short. I wanna enjoy my life. I'm
Imma
gonna
do
have
that,
fun.
and
I
I'm glad.
want to have fun. I'm gonna laugh. So, like you said, I'm not even going to God about that foolishness, baby. Next.
Right. Alright. So you and some coworkers are having conversations and you bring up an idea and it's a great idea and it's gonna benefit the company. But then when y'all get in a meeting, the coworker act like that was their idea. What you gonna do?
I'm I'm really tired of people in my business.
What you gonna say? I know you lying. You gonna stop them or you gonna let God handle it?
Uh, do both. I feel like God.
Handle it and you handle it too. That's
Well, no, I'm not gonna handle it, but I
that's
feel like if
teamwork.
God gave me this idea and this is the idea that God gave me, I'm not gonna let anybody else take.
You know what you
Leave it
saying?
to me.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
That's
And
good.
you look them directly in their face. Tell us more.
Yeah,
Joker, lying self. I can't.
yeah. Tell us how you plan to execute this, and let them sit there and stumble over. It was like, oh, okay. Hmm.
Or you gonna call them out. Well, when we had that conversation, remember I said,
Right,
"Uh-oh."
right, right.
Now
That's
is
crazy
that
that
one that you
these people do this.
is that one that you say, I ain't taking that to God."
No, I'm definitely gonna take it to God, because if I handle I will not please God, so I have to take it to God.
And we aim to please.
Yes, we aim to please the Lord because, like you said, I wanna pass this test down here. I wanna pass this test and go on to the next one, so I'm definitely taking it to God. Absolutely.
That's okay. That's all I got. That's all I got for today.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Cause that one right there, that'll make you real mad.
Ooh, I
Oh, that'll make you mad.
probably would have to excuse myself for that meeting, and me and God gonna have to have a talk in the
Right,
restroom.
right then.
Right then, God, how you want me to handle this? Because if I go back in there and I don't have no response, I may have to. No, nope. Because I need my job, but I also know God gave me this idea. So God, how should I handle this?
Oh, that is so mean. Like y'all, don't be out here stealing people ideas now. That's not right.
That's so
And
wrong.
taking credit for stuff that you didn't do.
Hmm.
That is terrible.
It
Okay.
is.
Well, maturity is knowing that not every battle needs your energy. We got to get to that level, guys. We have to get to that level. Not every battle needs your energy. I promise you, you will live if you do not respond. When God
Hmm.
says that He'll prepare a table before you, He means that you don't have to fight for a seat because what God has prepared for you, it is for who?
Right.
You.
You. Hmm.
You don't even have to worry about it.
Right. Yes, that's so true. And sometimes the best revenge is no revenge at all. I'm not doing that. That's not sometimes for me, that's all the time. I'm not taking revenge, right?
Mm-mm. Mm.
No revenge at all. Just living well, staying in your purpose, and letting God handle all of it.
And all means what?
All,
In the words of Reverend Dr. Willis C. Barnes.
all means all.
And he can handle all of it. He's greater than we
Absolutely.
are. His hands are bigger than ours. His mind is greater than ours. He don't have a mind. He's the creator. So everything that we could think of,
Right.
we he's better. He's greater. We don't even have to worry about it. So think of somebody who has wronged you this week, and instead of cutting them off, pray for them for the rest of the week. Pray for them.
That's good. That's good. I'm reminded of a popular prophet who said that God had her run before she ran into her enemy for so many years prior. He had her pray for her.
Mm.
He said, "Now pray for this person like that's your sister.
Oh wow.
Like that's your sister." And she said by the end of the week, she was in prayer crying, calling out this person's name like like that was her family member. And she ran into the lady the very next day. Isn't that
That
crazy?
that's I was about to say that's scary, but that's God. That's
That's
just
God.
and then to pray for somebody like that, because you know we go in. Y'all ever
Ye-
had to pray for your own child or your
Yes.
cousin or somebody
Yes.
oh
Yep. God has said, now pray for her like that's your sister.
I wonder if God is talking to anybody that's listening today. Pray for
Mhm.
somebody like that's your sister, like that's your
Right,
brother. Do it.
right.
Oh,
Yep,
that we want to challenge y'all today for real. Let's do
that's
it.
yep,
Pray
that's
for
good.
somebody. Ooh, and don't be like, what's his name? Jonah.
Right.
Pray for him. God, I know you're gonna bless him, Lord. You gonna listen to him because you're that type of God.
Mhm.
Don't be like that.
Nope.
Pray for the person. As a matter of fact, when the episode is over, we're gonna be praying for some people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And remember that elevation requires separation. Everybody's not going to cheer for you, but that's okay.
That's okay.
God sees you. Just like you looking in the mirror and you see yourself. He sees
Mhm.
you. He knows what he called you for, and that's just it. God is going to be God in your life. He's going to do what he's going to do. You don't have to worry about everybody else.
Right.
You don't have to you did all of your fasting and your praying and all of that kind of stuff and we don't have to block people. We can let God handle it. Take your hands off
Absolutely.
that thing.
Take it off. And you got it, like you
You
said.
can't fix it anyway.
Nope, you can't do it anyway. Do it anyway. And you gotta see God sees you, and you have to see yourself how He sees you, not how anybody else does.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Ooh, this episode was real good, as all of them have been. If this episode blessed you, it blessed me. Share it with someone who needs to hear it.
And next week we're talking about Jesus and therapy because sometimes you need a cross and a counselor.
Amen. Amen. So don't miss it. Until next time, stay blessed.
And stay laughing.
Bye.
Bye. Well, that's a wrap, y'all. Thanks for kicking it with us on Two Hilarious Church Girl, where faith meets funny and growth gets real.
Remember, we're here to inform, empower, encourage, and impact. So take something from today's episode and let it push you towards your next level.
Don't forget to follow us on social media, share this podcast with your crew, and leave a review if we made you laugh or think a little today.
And as always, keep showing up for yourself. Stay rooted in faith and don't forget to find joy in the journey.
We'll see y'all next time, same place,
Stay blessed.
and stay laughing. Bye.
Bye.
Here's a sneak peek at next week's episode. Imagine trying to teach yourself how to add,
You
or
wouldn't even know
try.
you wouldn't even know where to begin.
You don't even know what add is. Somebody had to teach you something.